Ready? I hope I don't scare. I don't want to scare y'all.
Wait, how loud do you actually yell?
I'm very loud.
Like, do you yell?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I watched Jacksepticeye, so.
Oh my god. Introduce yourself, darling.
I'm Cade.
I'm Remy.
And okay, so I have this. Y'all seen my video, right? Non-binary is a real good over.
Yeah.
So, what do you identify as? I guess is what I should say. Like, both of you. Do you identify as something or like?
Oh, I consider myself agender, I guess.
Yeah.
Same.
A lot of people like hate me actually, but like a lot of people like, I don't know, I feel like mischaracterized it and kind of like, I don't get like a full sense of like what it is to be like non-binary or like something alternative, you know, because I'm just so used to it because I guess I'm considered like a binary trans person. Is that what I'm considered? I don't even fucking know. But like, I don't know, and I just want to like interview y'all and like get y'all's thoughts on things. We're just gonna talk about things. Ready?
Okay.
I'm interrogating you, so like.
When I saw the comments, like so many people were like, I guess I'm not real then, or saying that you're such a hater, but I was like, so many of the people didn't even watch the video.
Yeah, literally.
Where you say like, you're still accepting, like you go by people's pronouns and everything.
Yeah, like, it'd be so hypocritical if I just said like, no, I'm not gonna like respect your pronouns, because like that's all I want with people like with me.
Right.
Like, so, yeah, a lot of people just like written the video off as like, just the thumbnail, just seeing it like, but,
Well,
we also have a dog over here, so like, it's all good.
she might kill me at some point.
That's the goal. We all
My
want.
dog is in love with Cade.
What does it mean to be like an alternative gender to you?
I guess just like, you don't feel like, you know, boy, girl.
Yeah.
Like, just, I don't know, for me, it's just like, I never felt like,
So you don't like fit in with like a certain thing.
Like, I never felt like a girl, never felt like a boy, kind of just like, yeah, just here.
How about you?
I'll say I'm probably about the same thing. Apparently there's like a lot of different, like some people believe there's like 40 something different.
I was gonna ask that. Like,
I personally am unaware of those other genders, and not trying to be rude or like if someone fits into that. I am unaware of those, and not really educated on those. Don't know anybody with those. I just know about me. So, but I do have like friends that are gender fluid and stuff. So I guess alternative would just be like not singularly. Not just one gender,
Right.
not just male or just female, like
Right.
something in between or fluctuate, whatever.
okay, do you consider like alternative genders to be a gender? Like, I know a lot of people will like consider non-binary not a gender, like including non-binary people, because they say it goes outside of the gender spectrum. So would you consider like alternative genders to be a gender? And if so, like how many do you think there are? Like, I could do you first.
Well, non-binary is like an umbrella term, but I know people like just say they're non-binary and don't really like say, oh, I'm this gender or something like
I was
that.
gonna say, I usually just say I'm non-binary, like as this overall thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's easier than explaining like what a certain gender is.
I'm not really sure if I've ever thought about if I consider it like an actual gender, because for me personally, being agender is just the lack of a gender.
Right.
But I guess it can be considered. Like, I don't know, like that's just what you would use to like describe how I feel, I guess.
Right. You just don't fit.
Yeah. But I kind of always have seen gender as more like a spectrum, where people are like on this side or that side, and then there's just people that are just kind of somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I feel. Would you consider those middle ones to be like a separate one? Because like, I believe gender is like a spectrum too. Like nobody's perfectly masculine or perfectly feminine.
Right.
But like, I don't know. A big problem, not a problem, but a big thing like I just saw is that like they would like mark every little indentation on the spectrum, which you can do obviously. Like you're free to do it. It's just like, why do it if you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, labels.
I was gonna say personally, wouldn't. Like, I guess I still consider my gender to be non-binary, just because I'm not male or female, so it's like,
Right.
just like, I don't know what else to call it.
Right. Do you guys think that like it's medically diagnosable or has like a part in like medical science? If you know what I mean? Like transgenderism has like gender dysphoria. It has like a mental disorder that it's like diagnosable. How about like non-binary? Do you think that it has like some medical aspect?
I do. A lot. Well, I know for like a lot of people, Kate and I included, the way we look, like, for me personally, I always feel like I look very feminine. I sound very feminine. I would say I have a feminine body, and that's all like.
You would say like you're dysphoric.
Yeah, it's very like stressful and like mentally upsetting, I guess, for me.
Ignore that, y'all. That's actually adorable.
That's her favorite toy. When she squeaks at it, it puts out little lavender scents.
That's a thing?
Yeah, we can't smell
You should
it.
give me this toy. No.
I was gonna say I try to sniff it, but apparently like humans can't smell it. It's just subtle for dogs. But it's her favorite toy.
Mind blow. So okay, so you both pretty much have gender dysphoria, right?
Yeah,
Would you consider yourselves like trans?
I do.
I would say I personally do.
I know a lot of people say that I'm not, but
I mean,
I
you have
do.
dysphoria. Like, I'm one of those people who like believes that you have to have gender dysphoria to be
Yeah.
trans.
Right.
yeah,
That's
it
what
makes
I believe
sense.
too. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can be trans without some form of dysphoria.
Yeah.
Whether it's like with your body or socially or pronouns, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's still some kind of dysphoria, and if you don't have that, I'm not really sure how you know you're trans.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
what's your motivation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel so. I don't know. Like, this is just me being like an outsider, and like as a little kid, like I just knew kind of deal. You want to transition, right? You both want to.
Yeah.
Pretty much, like medically, surgeries, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what would be the problem with like going like by he/him and going by like pretty much assuming or having the whole male gender roles? Like, would you do that? Pretty much.
I'm not really sure how to do male gender roles.
Really?
Like it's supposed to, like I know with the guys, like they're supposed to be the ones that ask the girl out or like their partner out and you know initiate a lot of stuff. And I'm just like,
No, I mean, okay, like
how?
I guess like male gender roles would be considered like more just masculine things, like more like I guess more dominant, more taking over with just like everything. Like when you go out and like to society, basically, you want everybody to like perceive you as a guy. So like you would pretty much, I don't know, like just do more masculine things and try, because like in order for people to like get that you're like a guy and stuff, you kind of have to like both look like a guy, act like a guy and stuff like that. Like not the stereotypical like, oh my gosh, look at me, I'm a guy, but just like
Look at me, I'm a guy.
yeah, just like assume the roles of a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you would want to do that. So what's like what's holding you back basically from like calling yourself a guy and assuming like all those roles of a guy for both of you?
I guess the biggest thing for me is that like inside I've just never felt like a guy. I've never really acted like a guy, but I've also never really acted like a girl. I guess I've just, I don't know. I haven't really done a lot with my life yet.
Yeah, no, it's all good. You're probably now just going like, wait, I just noticed this.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, but I do like you said. You knew from like since you were little that you were like a girl.
Right.
And I knew since I was little that I wasn't a girl, but I also didn't feel like a guy. And I kind of just never fit in with either. Which made it really hard for me to make friends because I was kind of like when you're young, all the girls are supposed to play with girls and all the guys are supposed to play with guys. And I just kind of stood there like, what?
Yeah.
And then I started going through puberty. Like, when I was younger, I feel like I genuinely thought that I had a guy's body. Like, when I did finally make friends, most of them were guys. But they were, like, soft guys where we had, like, imaginative play. Like, we didn't, like, you know how girls always make up, like, imagination stuff?
Yeah.
We were basically like that, but guys.
It's amazing.
It was So they were literally like
Playhouse for guys.
yeah, we were like we would play like not really house, but just different imaginative games. I mean, mind you, we were in like kindergarten, first grade, so
Yeah.
But when I got older and started going through puberty, and like it grew these weird things up here and stuff, and I feel like
what's going
that was
on?
a genuine like life crisis for me.
Yeah.
I was like, because I genuinely did not know that I was born in a girl's body.
Yeah.
And so I thought that my body was supposed to stay the way that it was forever.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started growing breasts and stuff, I was like, oh my god, what is this? Why is this happening? Like, I didn't know what to do. And so then I kind of went through this part where I was like, I guess I'm a girl then? Because I have a girl body? Like, I didn't know genders or anything. I was like, apparently I'm supposed to be a girl. So I wore girl clothes and I got friends that were girls and tried to do girl-like things.
Yeah.
And I kind of shoved the gender part of me, like, down deep inside and no one could ever find it because I was like, that's a problem for another day.
Yeah. No, I feel.
And it makes me happy because they don't think I'm a girl. So I feel happy about that. But I feel weird and just not right being called a guy or he or even going into those roles. Like if I had a girlfriend, I'm not really sure. I feel like I would suck at that relationship because I feel like she would be expecting like guy roles and I'd be like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel. Okay, so it's just like basically, I don't know, you call yourself like agender?
Yeah.
Okay, and like basically because you don't feel perfectly masculine or perfectly feminine. Basically, you don't fit those.
And like it's like me trying to believe in God, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because I really, really want to believe
Mm-hmm.
that there's a higher power and stuff. And I love the way like people have that sense of like relief and belonging and like a place like they have their faith, and when things go wrong they still have their faith and positivity and like way to, you know, they're like, God will pull me through
It's
this.
like really safe, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a safe thing, and I'm like,
safe space.
yeah, like I wish I had that, like, and I tried really hard and I like read up on all the stuff and I tried really, really hard to believe in it, and I just like still couldn't. I was like, I just, for some reason I just don't, and I feel the same way with my gender. Like I try to be one thing and for some reason I just not.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that. I feel like, and like this is just from an outsider's like perspective, and like a lot of people like ask me this, and like I like asked a couple of people before this, like what would you want to say to like a non-binary person? What they would want to ask you, and a lot like ask like, do you feel like it's kind of like alienating yourself if you don't call yourself a guy or a girl? Like I'm not saying this, but because I definitely do get you that you don't like feel like that. But when you, I guess, attach labels, a lot of people are like, doesn't that feel like alienating? And you kind of feel, I guess, more alone and like, in a way, you can get like more dysphoric because like a lot of people are confused. A lot of people don't know. Like me, a lot of people don't just get it. And
Right.
so, I don't know, does it ever feel like alienating to like call yourself something that basically the whole world doesn't know? You know what I mean? Like doesn't know what you go through, doesn't
Like,
know
I
what
talked a lot,
it
so
is.
you should talk now.
So do you feel like you're like basically like, do you feel alienated when you call yourself like a label that not many people like me get?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
I had a teacher recently who I was writing about, it was like a journal entry, you know, and I wrote about like the greatest accomplishment being like finding out like different things about myself, and I had my pronouns in there, which are they, them, and she's like, these aren't pronouns for a singular person, and she's an English teacher. And like, so like that, like it's like one of those instances, and like going out in public and you're either called he or she, and it's like I'd rather be called he than she, kind of like what Remy said, but like no one's just gonna like I've had people like question like, are you a boy or a girl? Because they don't know that they're like, they don't understand that like someone can be neither or both or whatever.
Right.
So like they will never like just instantly call me by like they them unless it's like
Me.
they don't.
Unless they know you, yeah.
Yeah, unless they know me.
Or I guess if they're, like, I find that some people that are non-binary, or like at least me myself, I try to always call people they them until I know their pronouns. But some people get like really mad at me for like asking them their pronouns, and they're like, "Why would you do that? I'm obviously a girl." And I'm like,
Sorry.
Yeah, I get that, and that's like a lot of the right-leaning kind of thing. Like, I don't want to say right-leaning, but a lot of people like Blair White, like that kind of say like, if you want to be trans, if you want to be perceived as like boy or girl, you kind of have to like, and this actually is a question, but like, if you want to be perceived as a boy, you look like a boy. You have to look like a boy because basically pronouns and like the first thing you think of someone is like secondary sex characteristics like boobs or curves or like just a board body like a boy, you know, or like a
right,
flat
or
chest.
like masculine features or like a deep voice.
Exactly. And like a lot of people, well, everyone basically bases pronouns off of like secondary sex characteristics. It's like, it's not like I'm intentionally doing it. It's just more like I see boobs, I'm gonna call you a girl, or I see, you know, you wear makeup or something like that, or you look like a guy, so I'm gonna call you a guy. So, because this is actually something very nuanced. So there's a lot of trans people who don't do that. And there's a lot of like people that identify as non-binary who just like kind of go out with their like tits up and shit and like expect to be either called like they or like be called a boy. Oh my god. What do you think about that? Like the people that like expect you to call them like this, that, and the other pronoun, but like kind of present themselves as like totally feminine. Nobody would like know.
Well, I feel like people shouldn't get mad if you have to like that there's all those stereotypes and you have to like look a certain way to be perceived as a certain gender. But I feel like you also shouldn't be mad at the person when they misgender you, especially if you correct them and then they, you know, like if they're nice about it and they apologize and then they correct themselves. But like people, you can't just expect someone to know that.
Right. Exactly. What do you think about that? Like that, like, I don't know.
You know, like, I was just kind of thinking this, but like the whole joke that was like, did you just assume my gender?
Yeah.
Don't we do that with like everyone? Like,
Yeah,
even
we
like we
literally
do that
do.
with cis people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the time.
And it's just like even someone who like looks like I know there's like there's like trans people who can't transition, but like might ow, that's my bladder.
Do you think people should get like mad at that? Like when they have like, you know, female articles of clothing on and like present as totally female, they get mad when you don't call them like a dude.
I feel like
No.
they should wear a button that says like they're feminine.
A
Or
button.
says,
If, like,
I'm a guy or something.
If like you do get misgendered or like someone calls you by the wrong pronouns, you just say like, hey, that's not the pronouns I use. You say it nicely.
Right.
I mean, if people like ignore that, then you know you can get really mad because people are assholes.
Yeah.
But like you shouldn't get mad like right away. Like you don't expect
if
people to know that.
if you get mad at them like right away, then you can't expect someone to like come at you back at you being nice.
And my camera died. Also, I'm not wearing makeup right now or anything, but I just wanted to talk to y'all like on a real level. But I felt like a lot of people kind of confused what I said in that video and kind of misinterpreted things that I said in that non-binary video. And overall in life, like I just like to know what the other side has to say. I could totally disagree with it, but overall I would want to know what that side has to say, you know? And I just really wanted to do that with non-binary in general. And so I found these two people that I absolutely love. And by the way, thank you, Remy, and thank you, Cade, for doing the video with me and like letting me interrogate you. I didn't want this to be like some non-binary wrecked kind of thing. I didn't want it to be like some heated debate. I didn't want a shouting match. I just wanted a discussion, and that's why I called it a discussion in the thumbnail of the video. It's like, it's just a discussion to me because I feel like more productive when it's, you know, just a discussion. My opinions didn't change, but I have a better understanding of where non-binary people come from. So my opinions overall didn't change, but I just have like a better overall understanding of where these people are coming from. I pointed this out a lot of times, but I will respect someone's pronouns. If someone goes by they, them, I will be more than willing to call someone they, them. Zer, no. Anything else, no. But they, them, you know, if you're trying to figure out yourself, if you're trying to get who you are, absolutely. And I said this before, but I'll say it again. It would be so hypocritical if I called someone else a pronoun that they didn't want to be called. Because I remember when that happened to me and it kind of fucking sucked. And it'd be just so hypocritical of me just to do that same thing on someone else. Like, even if I don't fully agree. A lot of people didn't fully agree with me either. And they still, you know, they still called me she. They still respected me as a person. We don't have to agree with people to respect them. Respect and disagree are two very, very different things on two very different levels. And I'm more than willing to respect a person and disagree with someone. Anyway, thank y'all's balls so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do what you do. And I'll see y'all's balls in the next video. London, out.